Hey yo everybody, DA here with another boxing video. As I did with my last video between Broner and Gamboa, I'm going to be talking about Juan Manuel Marquez and his great knockout victory over Manny Pacquiao. I'll also go into a few things that I like to see, out of Juan Manuel Marquez and possibly some bouts in the future. I'll go into Pacquiao a little bit also. First off, I'd like to congratulate Marquez on a great knockout victory. I believe I did this in my Pacquiao Marquez 4 video, but nevertheless, once again, hats off to him. Alright. Moving on past the knockout victory. What do I want to see out of Juan Manuel Marquez? I read Fight Hype. Well, I was on FightHype.com and I was looking through some of their articles, and it seems that the overall consensus of Marquez's next opponent is none other than Pacquiao's second to last opponent, Timothy Bradley, for that he beat Pacquiao for the WBO strap. This is a damn good fight. Just right out the gate. I mean, without a doubt, Marquez jumped back into the top 5 pound for pound boxers. If top 3 easily. If it's not Mayweather's number 1, number 2, then Marquez has to be number 2 without a doubt. All right, I don't want to hear any more Mayweather versus Marquez, part 2. Petitions or anything like that. It's pretty obvious who won that fight, so let's not even get into that. Marquez versus Timothy Bradley. See, these are the type of bouts that boxing needs, and it's just kind of sad that they would put a guy like Marquez and Timothy Bradley on pay-per-view. Yes, Marquez has the following to generate enough pay-per-view buys, but I don't honestly think that he doesn't have that Pacquiao pull. You know what I mean? Like you would literally have to put Marquez on pay-per-view during like a Mexican or Hispanic holiday. Excuse me. I love Marquez to death. I think he's a great boxer. He's one of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time. He's one of the best Mexican fighters of all time. The dude goes to work, even at his age, he still manages to acquire knockout victories. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to. He really didn't show me any signs of fading in his fight against Pacquiao. It was like he was there and he went to work. That's what you want to see in your fighters, especially these quote unquote aging fighters. Or these so-called past era fighters. None of that. I see none of that in Marquez. Even though Pacquiao may have been winning in 1 or 2 points going into the 6th round where Pacquiao got knocked out in, but it still goes to show you that Marquez can still pull the trigger when he needs to, and that's awesome. Now, what does that say about Timothy Bradley? Well, that says a lot, because if Timothy Bradley isn't busting people upside in the mouth with his head, then he really isn't. He's slapping people. You can see, like, in a lot of the HBO highlights of Timothy Bradley, he throws, like, overhand rights. It's like his wrist, like, bends or some shit like that. And he, like, ends up hitting the opponent in the face with his wrist. I honestly don't see anything Timothy Bradley has that he could put on Marquez to actually win convincingly. If Timothy Bradley and Marquez get into a fight, then the better man is definitely Marquez. Like, up and down, left and right. You can't tell me any different. That's just more, in my opinion, at least. This is the type of fights right here where 2 boxing fans can sit down at a table and just discuss for hours about the multitude of scenarios, the variety of styles that boxing has, and anything and everything can happen at any given time or moment. And I love that about the sport, and I love that about this fight. That's what intrigues me. Not to say that Timothy Bradley doesn't deserve the belt that he has off Pacquiao. He certainly went into the ring and did what he had to do, and the judges thought he won, so therefore he won the fight. In Marquez's eyes, he is the man. He is the man now. You know, he is that guy. You know, whether or not that equates to pay-per-view buys is yet to be determined, but I can see a lot of people behind Marquez's bouts now. I just really hope that it does equate to pay-per-view buys, because at this moment, before the Pacquiao fight, there wasn't really too much there, you know. But he's surely enough garnished, you know, what he's, you know, encompassed for so long. But I like to see if Bob Arum will actually sit down and make this fight happen, because it needs to happen for the sake of boxing. Definitely for the sake of boxing. However, as I say with all my videos, like, comment, subscribe, you know, whatever have you. We'll see what goes on in the coming months. See if this fight will actually take place. But until then, I'm out of here. Happy holidays, everyone. Peace.